Good morning class, this is Anita Rathi here and I will be teaching you English grammar. Today we are going to learn noun and we are going to deal with the topic noun. Parts of speech. In general, there are 8 parts of speech. Now what are called parts of speech and what is the use of part of speech in English grammar? Words are divided into different categories and different classes and these are called the parts of speech. So parts of speech are used in a sentence according to their use or according to the work they do in a sentence. So this is the part of speech. Here we will see that there are 8 parts of speech. These are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. So these are the 8 parts of speech. So noun is one of the parts of speeches. So we will deal with noun today. Without this parts of speech, we will not be able to frame an English sentence, or in general use, we will not be able to speak our language, or will not be able to communicate without the use of grammar. So these parts of speeches plays a vital role in English grammar. So the first topic we are going to deal with is noun. What is noun first? Noun is usually called a naming word. Why it is called a naming word? Noun are words that names a person, place, animals, living beings, feelings, ideas, etc. So noun are the words that names. That means noun is the word that names the name of a person, animal, place or thing. It is telling about the names of a thing. That is why we can call noun as a naming word. For example, you take for person, if we see name of a person, you can write Ram, Ravi, Ishan. So these are the names of a person. So when we are talking a name of a person, Ram, Ravi, Ishan or any other name, these are the names of a person. Next is place. Name of a place. Name of a place, it can be Durg, it can be India, it can be Pakistan, it can be any place. We are talking about names of a place, not about the state or country. All the state, all the districts, all the sub-districts, country, any name of a place you can take. So when we are talking about any names of a place, then we use noun. Next, animals. When we talk about animals or living beings, any animals or any living being, here person we have seen, this is also coming under the living being categories. So when we talk about animals, we also regard it as a name of an animal as noun. For example, if we write names of an animal, dog, cow, cat and etc. So here also we have seen names of animals like dog, cow, cat, camel, any other animals you can name. So this also are regarded as noun. Then feelings or ideas. Feelings or ideas, these are also termed as in the category of noun. How? Like we can say love, hatred, emotions, tears. These are the names of your feelings, names of your emotions. When we are talking about emotions, love, hatred, tears, these are all emotions. So when we name the emotions, when we give name to our feelings, it is also called as noun. Ideas also you can term it as noun. So in this way, we can understand that noun is the name of a place, animal, thing, and it is also called as a naming word. Why naming word? Because name of a person, place and animal, thing it talks about. Now, after definition, let us come to its types. There are so many types of nouns. So what are noun we have done? Now we will see what are the types of noun. Nouns are divided into many types according to their use. According to their use means Noun can be divided into according to its use, into according to its number, and according to its gender. Today we will discuss about noun according to the number. When we discuss noun according to number, there are two types of nouns according to number: countable and uncountable noun. Countable and uncountable noun. What is countable noun and what is uncountable noun? Countable noun, as the name itself suggests, countable. That means which can be counted, which you can count. For example, if you see book, tree, pen, chalk, chocolates, and etc. So, book, pen, tree, chalk, chocolates, these things you can count. That means whenever you want to tell the number of these things, you have to tell the numbers, like one packet, one piece, one cartoon, or any kind of countings you have to tell for all these numbers. Second thing, this countable noun, it has its plural form. That means when any word has its plural form, that means that comes under countable noun. When will you get its plural form? You will get the plural form only when you can count the things. For example, book, you will get its plural form, that is books. Tree, you will also get its plural form, that is trees. Pen, pens. Chalk, chalks, chocolates. So here in each of these words you have seen that you have got its plural form. So whenever you are getting plural form of any word, that comes under countable noun. So in countable noun we have seen that things which can be counted are called countable nouns. That means which has its plural form are called countable noun. So let us write some examples like dog, dogs, cat, cats, trees, pen, pens, hat, hats, house, houses. So in this you will get infinite number of words. So here it is clear that these words dog, cat, tree, pen, hat, house, all these are having its plural form. That means for countable nouns we have seen that if any word which has its plural form, that comes under countable noun. So this is the first thing you should keep it in your mind when you see it as under countable noun or uncountable noun. You have to recognize, or you have to sometimes write in the question, you have to recognize the word in which noun form it comes into. So you will see that the countable noun must have its plural form. If it has its plural form, then that word definitely will come into countable noun. Next we will talk about uncountable noun. What is uncountable noun? Uncountable nouns means which cannot be counted. Here countable means which can be counted. Uncountable means which cannot be counted. So there are so many things that cannot be counted. Now you will ask me, what are the things that cannot be counted? We can count everything. But countable nouns means we will count unit wise, like 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 1 packet, 3 packets, in this way. But uncountable nouns we have to count in as a whole. As a whole means how? Water. Water, you don't say 1 molecule of water, 2 molecule of water, give me 1 molecule of water. Do you ask water in this way? No. So how will you ask? You will ask 1 glass, 1 liter, 1 gallon, 2 liter. So in this way you will ask for water or any other liquid things, like anything which is in liquid state, whenever anything is in liquid state, like oil, like milk, like juice, so all these things are in liquid state. Whenever you ask for all these things, you will say 1 glass, 1 liter, 2 liter, 1 gallon, 5 kgs, or in this way you will ask, but not 1 molecule of water or 1 unit of water. So this water which is in liquid state or any other liquid state things, you will always ask in as a whole. So these things comes under uncountable noun. In countable nouns, we have seen that the word must have its plural form. But in uncountable noun, you will not get the plural form of the words. For example, water. Will you get the plural form of water? What is the plural form of water? We will not get any plural form of water. Water is water. So, you will write water. You will write milk. You will not get the plural form of milk as well. Then any juice, also juice. You will not get the plural form of this liquid state thing. So, these things comes under uncountable noun. So, here you have seen one difference between countable and uncountable is that countable noun has its plural form, whereas uncountable noun, it does not has its plural form. Now, one more thing you should keep in mind, that the things which can be counted but it is useless to count. Things which can be counted but it is useless to count means, what are those things that can be counted but it is useless? Things like grains, pulses, hair, star, air. Grains, pulses, hair, star. These things you can count. Sometimes star, we write stars. Now you can tell that we have got the plural form of star, so it is coming under uncountable noun. But star, pulses, grains, any kind of grains or pulses, of course you can count it by one, unit by unit, or pieces by pieces, but that is useless to count. It has no use. If I ask for grain, if I want pulses, I will go and I'll tell I want 1 kg of rice, I want 1 kg of wheat, I want 2 kg of grains, any kind of grains. I won't say give me 10 pieces of dal, give me 10 pieces of rice, so it is useless to tell. So I told that if any kind of this grains, pulses, if you count, but it is useless to count. Similarly, hair, we can count our hair, but that is useless. Star, we can count star, it may take long time, but we can count stars, but it is useless to count. That is why the things which are useless to count and we don't call it as an individual, that is why all these things comes under uncountable noun. Now here, star, stars. If you don't write the plural form of star is stars, then also it is correct. But maximum time we have seen that the plural form of star is stars. That is correct. Hair. Many people they say hairs. Actually, we should not call it as hairs. Hair, singular form, plural form, both is here. We will not call it as hairs. So, pulses, we have added grains. Grains means what? Of course, it is a plural form of grain, but as I told you earlier, that you will count it, but it is useless. So, though it has its plural form, you can see grains we have written, pulses we can write, hairs many people write, and star also you can write it as star, but it will come under uncountable noun. So in uncountable noun we have seen that the things which are in liquid state, that comes under the uncountable noun. The things which does not have its plural form, no plural form. And next, what more we have got which is useless to count. So here we have seen that The things which are in liquid state, that comes under uncountable noun. The things which has no plural form, that also comes under uncountable noun. And the things which are useless to count, that also comes under uncountable noun. So I hope uncountable noun and countable noun you can recognize now. How to recognize uncountable noun and countable noun, as because I have told you the difference between countable noun and uncountable noun. If I ask you some questions like trees, leaves, air, water, wind, sea, tell me which are countable and which are uncountable. Here we can see that tree is countable because we can count tree one by one. Also we will get its plural form, trees. Leaves, leaf. This is the singular form of leaf and this is the plural form. So leaves, trees, this comes under countable. Countable, you'll see trees, leaves, wind, air, water, you cannot count. Sea, you can get the plural form of seas, sea. So sea is a countable noun. Now let us see which is uncountable noun. Air, you cannot count air. So air is uncountable noun. Water, as I told you, it is in liquid state and also it does not have its plural form. So water. Wind, of course you cannot count wind, and so wind is also under the uncountable noun. Now many a time what happened, you might have got the word like waters and airs. Suppose water, the waters of India and Pakistan. The waters of India and Pakistan are talked about. That means we are talking about the waters of India and Pakistan. So here you will tell that you have used the letter S. That means for water you have written waters. Now there is a difference between water and waters. This waters is not the plural form of water. Here in this sentence, when we talk about the waters of India and Pakistan, it does not mean we are talking about water. It means water bodies. That means we are talking about water bodies of India and Pakistan. Water bodies means, you know, river, lake, seas. So we are talking about water bodies. So we don't say water bodies when we use it in a sentence. We can simply write it as waters. So that is why we have used here S. But this is not the plural form of waters. Right? So water itself is in singular and plural, both will get it as water. But this waters, this does not mean the general water we are talking about, but this waters means the water bodies. Next word, many students have this confusion in this word like airs. This airs does not mean the air which we talk about. The air we breathe in, we are not talking about this air or oxygen. But this airs means proud behavior. So whenever this word airs is used in any sentences, that means your proud behavior, your airs behavior is irritating me. So your proud behavior we are talking about, we are not talking about this plural form of airs or the air which we breathe in. Here this air itself has its own meaning. It is not the plural form of air. So here you have seen the plural form of air is air itself, but not airs. So here we have learned two new things today, that is waters and airs. This two has its own meaning but not the actual meaning what we are talking about. So in this exercise today we have learned what is noun, what are the types of noun according to number. here we have seen noun is one of the parts of speeches, and according to number, noun are divided into two parts, countable noun and uncountable noun. Countable nouns are the noun which can be counted, which has its plural form, and uncountable noun are those which cannot be counted and which does not have its plural form, also which comes in liquid state. So that's all about in this class today. In the next class, we'll be discussing noun according to gender and its use. Thank you.